If you're trying to figure out how you can use social media, specifically Instagram, to recruit people into your opportunity, it doesn't matter if it's sales, if it's solar, if it's insurance, if it's something completely different than that. I want to show you this video here. What you guys are about to watch is a talk that I gave at essentially a mastermind / company retreat for one of my clients. These guys are top tier life insurance agents, and I talked to all of them about building a personal brand and how building a personal brand specifically on Instagram, but really any social media will work, especially YouTube. I think YouTube and Instagram, potentially LinkedIn, are the top 2 or 3 that you want to focus on if your goal is recruiting. But we talked about building a personal brand for the purpose of recruiting. So I wanted to make this little intro video so it didn't jump in and you were like, oh, well, this isn't for me. I don't sell insurance. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. This video will serve you and give you a bunch of tips when it comes to using social media to recruit people for your opportunity, whatever that may be. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
He's the founder of Lou Creative, a content marketing agency that helps build high-level entrepreneurs build powerful personal brands through organic content. He's a husband, speaker, coach, and entrepreneur from the #1 city in the world, Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, come on now, you already know.
Luke has worked as a social media marketer for an 8-figure insurance agency, managed advertising campaigns for companies doing millions of dollars a year, and currently serves as the marketing director for a branding coach with over 3.5 million followers. In just his first year of business, he's generated 6 figures in revenue. After building his own company entirely through organic content, Luke developed a passion for helping young, driven entrepreneurs create their dream lives by building a personal brand that actually works. Please help me welcome to the stage, Luke Rels.
Let's go, baby. Come on, baby. Stoked to be here with you guys. I got a lot of slides here, so we are going to make sure that we cook here pretty quick. So I'm gonna try to not talk super fast. You guys just listen fast, all right? So today we're going over the simplest way to scale your income in insurance without making more calls or closing more people. So who is this for? This is for you if you're willing to commit a small portion of time for huge leverage and you want to disconnect your money and time. Obviously, a ton of you guys are absolutely crushing it right now, but I think you guys are starting to see, okay, the long-term deal of this is like, I'm gonna need to recruit people. I'm gonna need to bring a bunch of people on. There's only so much time that you have to make dials and to close deals and make money that way. And so that's what we're gonna talk about with building your personal brand. But this is not for you if you won't be consistent, you don't believe in delayed gratification, or you're not gonna stick with something long enough to get good at it. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later, so it's gonna be great. I think all of you guys are #1. Are you guys #1 or #2? #1 here? #1? All right, cool, I'm talking to the right group of people. So I want you guys to imagine what your life could look like if you had a predictable way for high-level recruits to come to you so you made money even when you weren't working. Imagine being on the golf course. You're seeing your guys just absolutely crush it. Again, we talk a lot. I think Austin does such a great job. Something I really realized when I sat down with you guys, a month or 2 ago when I was in Nashville, got to interview some of you guys. So many of you said, dude, I love following Austin, or I love following the person that recruited me because I see them in it, right? They're there right next to me dialing. I know that they're putting up numbers. They're not just sitting back while we're all working. It's like eventually you develop a system, you have managers, you have other people that those people look up to. But for you, I want you guys to imagine getting to this spot. Imagine what your life looks like when you're going on vacation and your money is not tied to the time that you're spending doing it. You're not having to make dials. You've built up a system that recruits people and they make money while you sleep or while you do other things like that. So that's why we're talking about how to create content that brings in new recruits without having to be an influencer, spend a ton of time doing it, or using fancy gear. Any of those 3 things you guys ever say, you know what, I've kind of been held back from making videos or creating content for any of those reasons. You're like, I don't want to be an influencer. I don't want to be braggy. I don't have a $5,000 camera. I'm working on my dials and I need to do that. Anybody? Yeah. Okay, cool. Talk back to me. I'm from a charismatic church. I need you guys to talk to me. I know we've been sitting, but we're gonna rip it and get it rolling. So give me it. Let's go. So this is what's so good. I love you guys and I love getting to be a part of what y'all are doing and showcase it because you guys are already winning. but you're leaving the easiest leverage on the table. It's not enough to just be an amazing producer at first. Again, some of you guys that are newer, it's like, dude, for quite a while, you're gonna need to focus on your personal production. So don't hear me and say, hey, you need to jump into recruiting 2 months into the business and think long-term. It's like, my brother, shout out Logan, he's done a great job saying, you know what, I'm focusing on what I'm doing now because I wanna bring people in and say, hey, look what I was able to do in the first year. Tyler and some of the guys have brought up that amazing point. People are gonna do 200% of what you do wrong and 50% of what you do right. So you gotta crush it at first, but it can't be like that for forever. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to use the leverage that is social media. So the idea is that if someone who's just like you, thinks like you, and wants what you have is scrolling Instagram tonight, would they even find you? Would they have any idea through who you are online, your personal brand? Would they have any clue who you are, what you do, what your values are, what kind of money you're making, what community you're in? And I don't want you to fall back on the Instagram page that is Life Pros. We've been crushing that, having a great time. It was so cool for me to hear a bunch of your guys' stories just in the last day or two of like, yeah, dude, I watched this podcast and I saw the Instagram and that kind of helped build trust, right? There was some kind of like pretty close connection point for a lot of you of like, I knew this person, I went to college with this guy, and then he, reached out and started asking me about this opportunity, but there's only so many people that you know that are your friends and family. It's got to go beyond that eventually. And we have to go crush things just like we have to crush our personal production before we can ask other people to do the same thing. And I think the same is true for social media. If you want to grow a giant company or even recruit a ton of people, it can't just be you and your close circle of like, these are people I know that are friends and family, and you got to crush it to go teach other people how to do it. So that's the whole goal here. So this is what it is. I want you guys at the end of this presentation to say, if I'm not creating content and building my personal brand, I am actively choosing harder recruiting, because I believe this is the simplest way to do so. And so if you guys are serious about doing this, again, I want some engagement from you, so follow along with me here. If you guys want to be able to do this, build out your personal brand to recruit people on autopilot, I literally want you to repeat after me and say this. Say, my social media is now a recruiting funnel. And I'm committed to creating content weekly for the long haul. Come on. I love this Tony Robbins quote and a great picture of him right here, just getting after it. He says, most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in a decade. This to me is the perfect crux of what building a brand is. It's not about a year. It's not about, I create my video, this week or today, and I do stuff when I feel like it. No, if you are committed to this, this is something that you say, hey, over the next 10 years, I'm dedicated. I'm dedicated to using my social media to grow personal brand. And the worst thing that happens is you get messages over the next couple years of someone saying, you know what, dude, I don't think life insurance is for me. I don't think this opportunity is for me. But when you share how you're leading your people, you share your workout routine, you post pictures going to Fit Factory every morning, dude, that really impacts me. And I love the person that you are, and you've inspired me to get in the gym, or you've inspired me to take better care of my family or my people. That's the worst. That's the worst thing that happens when you get dedicated to doing this. So I want you guys to think about impact and not just income in recruiting. But a little bit about me, because I know some of you guys don't know me super well. This is me a year ago. I was working with the CEO of a company that I worked for. I was a social media marketing director. Was young, knew enough about social media, but this picture, this is not long after I first picked up a camera. I've really only been doing stuff like this for a couple years, and so I had to get out there and figure out how to do this stuff. And long story short, the people at the office, we just didn't gel super well together, and they didn't really believe in social media, and it was always like, why is this not working? Why is this not bringing in leads? That was kind of our bad thing, is we were trying to bring in leads for insurance instead of recruiting via social media, and it just wasn't working. And my CEO was too nice and kind of knew me. And so eventually, I got let go, but he didn't really fire me or let me go. But it was kind of obvious that they were like, hey, whatever it is that you do, just let us know all the things that you do. And every month we'll just start letting you know if we want to do a podcast or we want to, run some ads or do something like that. And so they slowly kind of let me go without really firing me or letting me go. And it made me think dang, dude, am I even good at this? Am I just bad at my job? Was I not helpful? Did I not provide value? And I say all that to say that Gatlinburg is special to me because a year ago when I was here at Gatlinburg with the 8 or 9 guys that were here last year, I was sitting at my computer in the back table running ads for this company. So nothing, that transpired over the last year had happened yet. And in the last year, I started my own company and I've generated millions of views for my clients and built a 6-figure business exclusively from organic content, no ads, no nothing else like that. I've spent over 750 hours studying high-performing creators and content, and I've invested over $50,000 in becoming an expert on social media and marketing. And I wanna make sure I compress all of that time and energy and just give that to you guys today. Are you guys all right if I do that with you? Sure. Cool. I even have this actually note, and it goes a lot longer than that. Every single thing I've ever invested in, I write on this note sheet. Every time I've dropped $10,000, $25,000, $3,000, $5,000, $8,000. So much of my money has been put back into how do I become the person who can serve people at a super high level? How do I become an expert in this so I can make sure when I get to do things like this, I have something I'm standing on, right? And then that's just a picture of some of the revenue that I've done through this year and just got a pretty big deposit that came in that's not included on there. So that was cool. But yeah, super stoked that I was able to, without any system, without anyone really helping me do anything, built a 6-figure business in just a year figuring out all this stuff. And I want to make sure I compress all this and give this to you guys today. So I don't share all of that of what I've done and the money I've invested and made to brag, but just to prove that content actually works. And you guys have been able to see the fruit of that as well. And so after 2 years and $50,000 invested, I've discovered the hard way, how to build your personal brand. But because you guys are here today, you get the easy way. Does that sound good? You guys all right with me giving you the easy way and saving you 2 years and $50,000? I love this guy named Myron Golden. He says that a lot of people think that marketing is finding people to buy your products and services, but it's not. It's actually making yourself more findable for the people that already want what you have. Again, that question, man, if someone looked at my Instagram, looked at my personal brand that I have, because don't make the mistake of thinking that you don't have a personal brand because you don't post videos. You have a personal brand, you're just either intentionally building it or you're letting it sit there and nothing is happening with it. So marketing and building your personal brand is just making yourself more findable for the people who would already connect with you, who are the perfect recruits, who would love to get in on the opportunity that you have, but they just don't know that you exist. So we're gonna make sure that we solve that, all right? And so it's the same for recruiting. The old recruiting model is that you chase people, you convince them, you got to explain stuff. We're not doing that anymore. The new model is that we attract, build trust, and we qualify. I'm going to share on the next screen this Google study that happened that even if people don't want to work for you right now or they're hesitant, if they see the money that you guys are making or the different things like that, the goal is that you're nurturing people. Have you guys ever seen something that you wanted to invest in? Maybe it was as simple as a product and you started going to YouTube to look at reviews. You read the Amazon reviews. You kind of sat there for a minute. Maybe you saw an ad for something and like it was weeks or months after you initially saw the thing or heard about the opportunity that you ended up jumping in on it. Anybody ever done that before? Yeah. Same thing as Brett. Brett said no the first time that he talked to Tyler about the opportunity, but through your content, you're nurturing people, showing them, hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I stand for. And little by little, they start to see, hey, this is something that I really want to get involved in. And so this is crazy. Google did a study in the last couple years called the 7-11-4 rule because what's happening is that trust is at the lowest level that it's ever been ever. People do not just buy things on a whim anymore. They need to feel like they trust the person that is selling the program, selling the product, providing them an opportunity, whatever it is. So they figured out that people need 7 hours of time spent with someone online before they feel comfortable to buy. They need 11 different touch points, so like 11 different interactions and across 4 different platforms. Watching a podcast, watching a YouTube video, seeing an Instagram reel, seeing your stories, going on your website. Like they need all these different things. And this is our goal with building a personal brand is that we're going super quick on this 7-11-4 rule. Again, I know a lot of you guys are probably recruiting off of your inner circle, people that already know you, so you've probably built this with them over time. But again, as you go and go and go, there's gonna be people who have no clue what you are, and they're probably not just jumping in because you're putting up screenshots of the money that you're making, right? They want to spend a little more time with you and know that they can trust you and that you're a good leader. So what I'm going to teach you guys today, I'm calling this the RHS Recruiting Edition or the RHRS, the Raised Hand Recruiting System. I love how Alex Hormozi talks about, hey, what do you do to get customers? You run ads, you create content, you do affiliate marketing, you do all these different things. And then when it comes to bringing on employees, you're doing nothing. You have no clue what you're doing. You're like, oh my God, how do we get employees? It's the same thing as getting customers. You guys run ads to get customers. We're gonna create content to get employees, to bring on recruits. It's the same thing. So this is the raised hand recruiting system that people say, hey, I like you. I like your leadership. I like what you stand for. I see the opportunity that you have, and I wanna get in on it because you've built trust with me over probably periods of months and months and months. So I'm gonna dive in the RHS recruiting system. The 3 secrets of the RHS. Number 1, how to create content without it stealing time from your personal production. Number 2, the single best way to recruit on autopilot while getting better at sales. And number 3, turning your Instagram into an elite recruiting funnel without feeling salesy, cringy, or braggy. I really thought hard about, man, what are these guys struggling with? What are the different things that are preventing them from going all in on using their social media, building a personal brand to start recruiting people? And I thought it was a lot of this stuff. So hopefully this will be super valuable for you guys. So number 1, how to create content without it stealing time from your personal production. I had to create hundreds of videos to figure out what I'm about to share with you in this first secret. If you guys can see, and I'll share the guy that I drew a lot of inspiration from on here, this just goes to like day 66, but every single day I was filming, scripting, editing, recording, all this stuff. I was doing a video every single day. So it took like an hour or 2 to sit down and to make this video every single day because I was committed to posting every single day, but it took a ton of time. And for you guys, that's not super feasible, right? To maybe spend all this time creating a video every single day, but I had to go through it to figure out that batching content was a lot better of a way to do it. As you can see in this, there's just a couple different videos. These clips are all from 2 longer form videos. I believe this one was probably from a YouTube video I'd already made that was like 15 to 20 minutes long. And then this other one, this guy actually hit me up, wanted to interview me for his community. And so we talked for 30, 40 minutes. I was able to clip all that up and then start posting it. So the difference here, the shift, is we're going from creating content to being the content. I don't want you guys to think about, I gotta create content. I gotta sit down every day in front of my phone and figure out what to talk about. There will be times when you do some things like that, but we wanna focus on being the content. What are the things I'm already doing that I can simply document and show to people? Again, Logan's Fit Factory thing, that's even a super simple thing. But have y'all heard that story of Brett? Brett was like, dude, I was seeing him post that picture every day. Like, Logan, imagine if you're posting videos every single day, your sales calls, things you're learning, your trainings, whatever it is, something as simple as an image got someone to get up off their butt and start getting in the gym. Imagine what can happen when you actually take this seriously and it's not creating. This isn't, again, we're talking about not stealing time from your personal production. You guys got to focus on what you got to focus on, but there's easy ways to be the content and just showcase what it is that you're doing. You might ask, what is it that I actually film? You can film your trainings, your sales calls, anytime you give advice or you answer questions in the office, your team events, your agent interviews, shout outs. These are a lot of the things that we're doing right now for the social media. You guys need to start thinking about, what can I do? How can I pull some inspiration from that? And just, what is it that I'm already doing that I can set up a camera and film? Little thing I'll say about this is you guys made that commitment to me. Don't break that commitment. I am committed to using my Instagram or my social media or whatever as a recruiting funnel. No more are you just posting pictures of your friends and your families and my photo dump and whatever. Okay, if you want to do that, great. But now you are a business person. This is what I'm doing. My social media is now used for my goals. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter what people see. We're going to talk about it here in a second. You can still share those things because people want to know who you are as a person. They don't just care about your sales calls or just care about the money you're making. They want to know who you are. So that stuff will be mixed in there, but it needs to go from, man, I just kind of showcase the random things I'm doing in my life and I post every 6 months, especially for guys. How many of you guys are like not big posters? You don't get on social media. You post something maybe twice a year. Yeah. I know all you guys aren't like me. I love this stuff. I love talking and sharing and creating content. So I know it's a little different for you guys, but what I want you to get through your head is like, hey, if I'm committed to this, then be committed all together. I'm like by myself having to motivate myself to create content and do this stuff. It should not be a weird thing for you guys. If Wyatt's in the office and he slides his chair over to Logan, he's like, yo, hey, can you help me with XYZ? What Logan should say is like, yes, dude, I definitely can. Do you mind if I set my phone up real quick and just record, me answering this question? You'd be like, dude, for sure. That's a great piece of content. Boom. Talk about it. Boom. There you go. You got your video. That shouldn't be a weird thing. You shouldn't be looking at each other like, why are you filming that? Why are you trying to be an influencer? Like, it should be so normal. You guys should be helping each other create content. This helps. The whole office is doing it. You guys know that that's going to happen. Maybe you even preemptively do it because you're like, dude, that's a great opportunity for someone to jump in on that. How many of you guys know this guy? This dude has been taking the life insurance space by storm. Giuliano Mazzarelli, I think his name is. This dude's been crushing it. Look no further than this guy to see that this is all you need to do. He's just sharing his life. And I love even this picture. This is like him home for the holidays, hanging out with his dad, maybe some funny kind of video or something. So it's like you can mix that stuff in there. but he's just sharing his life. This dude's blown up by just recording his sales calls. Like, yes, he has high energy. Yes, he's super funny. That definitely helps that he's really got a personality. But the idea is that there's a lot of people out there that are just like you that would connect with you if you just shared who you were online. So look no further than that guy to see that is really all that you need to do. So the recap, secret one, how to create content without it stealing time from personal production. Go from creating content to being the content. What are the things I'm already doing that I can just film and share with people? Number two, the single best way to recruit on autopilot while getting better at sales. I don't think we have time for this video, but it's just a super cool video of this guy who's been creating content for years now, and he shows himself in 2017 when he started, and then in 2025, yeah, we don't have time for the video, but it's like he looks kind of like a bot at first, dude. He's got his headphones in, he's got this crappy little mic, he just kind of looks like a homeless person. And then you see him in 2025, like nice studio, nice space, has a multi-million-dollar business built off of content. And it just shows this idea that, man, if I'm committed to this for the long haul, it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish. And really what matters is the journey that you go on, the person that you become, and constantly you're just sharing how you're growing, evolving, bringing people in who are like, dude, I like that guy. Again, most people overestimate what they can do in a year, underestimate what they can do in a decade. Because when you start, you're going to suck. Embrace the suck. I know a lot of you guys have been in Southwestern, you've sold door to door, you've done different things. When you came out your mother's womb, you didn't know anything about sales. You didn't know anything about communication. You didn't know anything about what it is that you know now. There was always a point when you said, you know what? I see the return of this. I'm willing to not be great at it because I know that eventually I am going to get good. This quote goes, when you start, you're going to suck, but you're going to keep doing it. And then you're going to suck a little less and you're going to keep doing it. And then eventually you're going to suck so little that you're actually good. So, but you have to embrace the suck. Everyone is not amazing at the things that they just start off on, but you have to say, dude, this is worth it. I'm committed to this for the long haul. And it doesn't matter if I'm awkward on camera. I don't know what to talk about. I got to figure it out. I love this because I believe that content's the greatest way to grow in your communication. I had ChatGPT make me this beautiful AI image here, but communication is the foundation of being great on your sales calls, being a great public speaker, recruiting super well, being able to go on podcasts and interviews and crush it. I promise you do not want to hop on a podcast for the very first time for someone who really knows what they're doing. You want to say, man, I've done this. I've been recording podcasts with Austin. I've been pulling out my phone and embracing the suck and just talking and sharing who I am and what I'm learning and what I'm doing. When you get asked to speak or you get on a podcast or you continue to do your calls, you're going to realize, man, I've actually grown a lot in my communication because I've made it a point to sit down and to make some videos or film what I'm doing and just be active about getting better at that. Most people don't create content because they say, I don't know what to say. How many of you guys have been there where you're like, dude, I don't even know what to talk about. I know some things and could share some stuff, but like, I just don't even know what to say. So I'm going to help you guys out. This is my homie Cap that I get to do a lot of work with. He went from like 1,000 to 3.5 million followers in a year. He's a pastor at our church. He got a $200,000 film degree from the University of Miami. And he said, everything changed when I learned this in film school. He said, my entire ticket that I had to pay to go to the Miami University and get a film degree was worth this one framework that I'm going to teach you so you know exactly what to say on video. So you guys all right if I just save you $200,000 and teach you this 5P vision narrative framework? Yeah? All right, sweet. So super quick, this is person, problem, proof, plan, promise. You can take a picture of that if you want. While you do, I'm going to give you a super practical example, exactly like Logan. We're going to talk about recruiting. I'm going to use a real story from Logan's life. So imagine Logan whips out his phone and he's like, person, hey, are you someone that doesn't really love the job that you're in right now, right? Boom. Immediately someone knows, hey, that's me. Maybe I should listen to this video. Problem, I was just like that too. Just a couple years ago, I was going door to door, business to business, and that was the way that I got my customers. I worked for a credit card processing company and it was rough. I only had so much time in my day. I had to cold just walk into these businesses and try and talk to the decision maker. And man, it was really rough. But proof, but I just did $70,000 last month selling life insurance. And my life has completely changed. The community that I'm around, my faith, my family, my fitness, my finances, everything's completely changed in my life plan. This is exactly how I did it, man. I moved out to Nashville. I took a leap of faith. I saw what some of these guys were doing and I got involved in it, promise. And I know the same can be true for you too. If you're willing to relocate, to get out there, to take a leap of faith, to do something that makes you a little uncomfortable, I know that your life can change exactly like mine did. Go ahead and shoot me a DM. I'd love to give you some more information on an opportunity that's completely changed my life. Boom. 60 seconds. Person, problem, proof, plan, promise. And I've been doing this stuff for a long time. I've been doing this stuff. I've been doing this stuff for a long time, but when you understand this framework, this is the arc. This is the story arc that every great movie uses. Share your losses, share the things that suck in your life, because people will, I have a slide for this, but people will appreciate the W's when they get to see the L's in your life. So don't just share the money you're making and the amazing things you're doing. Like if you freaking bagel one day, man, share that. Hey, I did my work. I got 6 presentations in. I was in the office at 9. I left at 7. You know what I mean? Like share that stuff. People connect with people when they share their weaknesses and share the times when they drop the ball and stuff like that. So the vision, the 5P vision narrative works. We use this every time we create ads. We use this in our funnel. And just last month in November, we did $122,000 in sales using the 5P vision narrative and a lot of different steps in some of the stuff that I help Cap do. And I know that this can change your guys' life if you use this framework when you're creating content. Super, super simple, and it absolutely works, all right? Secret number 3, turning your Instagram into an elite recruiting funnel without feeling salesy, cringy, or braggy. I don't want you guys to think about sharing this opportunity that you have of selling life insurance, especially here at Legacy, and your success as flexing. How many of you guys are like, dude, I'm a little hesitant to post my numbers or post what it is that I'm doing because I don't want to come off salesy or braggy or like, oh, you're that guy. Anybody? I can just skip this one if no one's like,
I was like that, and then I added him to my Instagram the other day, so I did it.
so I'm talking about, I like it. So I don't want you to think of it as flexing. I want you to think of it as filtering. Again, the idea, Gerardo, is that there are 20, 25, 30, 50, 100 people out there exactly like you that you would love to be in a room with, that you would love to bring on, who think like you, who talk like you, who act like you, who vibe with your story, and they want what you have. They're just not there yet. You are most uniquely qualified to help the person that you once were, but that person has no clue that you exist if you don't share who it is that you are, what your opportunity is. So you're not flexing, you're simply filtering. If people don't believe you, if they don't like it, it's fine. They're probably not the person who is going to jump in and sell with you anyway. So you're filtering when you share this type of stuff, right? This guy, Mino Lee, has almost 500,000 followers. He did that same thing. I drew a lot of inspiration from him. He started this journey of, man, I want to make $100,000 a month as a young entrepreneur in college, right? That could seem a little braggy. And so people are like, oh, should I follow that? Should I not? Like, but he did it in a really good way where he focused on emotion and storytelling versus tips and strategy. Emotion, man, when you sell really well, when you don't, what's the emotion you're going through? What are you feeling? That's what connects people with you, not, hey, these are the top 3 tips that I used to sell $60,000 in life insurance last week or last month. Like, you could do that, but emotion, man, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Use that 5P vision narrative to tell a story about what you've gone through to get that result. And all that stuff. As I said, share the L's and people will celebrate the W's with you. The real framework, I like this a lot. You can use this. Share your real life, like we talked about, trainings, your calls, all this different stuff. You don't have to fake anything. Just share what you're already doing. Educate from experience. I love that phrase. You can't teach what you don't know. You can't lead where you won't go. But so you guys are at a point where you guys know a lot. You guys know a lot more than someone who's maybe just starting this or hasn't even thought about it yet. So just share whatever it is that you know, what you're learning, what you're working through. Attract with your standards. I think we've done a great job of this at Legacy and with the Life Pros account, and we're going to double down on this, that it's not just about the money. It's about the time that people are spending in the gym, the community that you guys have here, the leadership, the potential to grow, all that stuff. Attract with your standards. Again, Brett and Logan, him seeing that was a standard. Hey, I like that. I want to see myself in that standard. So now I want to come along with you and be a part of your opportunity. Attract people with your standards and then lead with a vision. I love that. In the Bible, it says, without a vision, the people will perish. So cast vision, future pace for people. Hey, what could your life look like in 10 years if you get in on this opportunity and you actually make good on it? That's a huge thing to do as well. So in closing, if you just had a solid content strategy and you consistently use your social media to nurture potential recruits, do you think you could have success bringing on 5 to 10 new killers by the end of next year? Yes or yes? Yes. I love it. Love it.
Do you recommend you use your personal page or make another guy?
We can talk about it in a second here if we got some time. So this isn't a cost, it's an investment. It's not a cost of your time. It's not a cost of your effort. This is an investment, just like you invest in stocks or whatever the heck else it is that you invest in. I like investing in myself, my skill set, who I am, conferences, all that type of stuff. This is an investment. If you do this for the long haul, you're gonna be like, yo, this really paid off. This wasn't a cost. Creating some content, being the content, documenting who it is that I am and what I'm doing and sharing this opportunity with people. It's the best investment that you can make. So normally this is the the point where I would make you guys an offer, but that's not what we're doing. I like selling, and this is how I build these presentations. So instead of that, I want to make sure you guys have something to actually grab from this. If I can't sell you something to help you make good on building your personal brand, you guys are lucky that Austin and some of the other homies are footing the bill for me right now and getting me here to share all this stuff with you guys and help y'all out with content. But I want you to commit to this. The challenge I have for you, and I know it's Christmas and holidays and a lot of crazy stuff going on, but for the next days, I'm challenging you to film a video every single day. You don't have to post it. If you guys want to share it together, if you want to post it, great. But make good on that commitment that you made to me. Film a video every day for the next 7 days. You guys should have so many notes that you could sit in your car and just talk for 10 minutes and rip out a bunch of the different things that you talked about and use that for your content. Or do one every single day and just share a little tidbit using that 5P vision narrative arc and kind of start attracting the people that you want to attract to be a recruit for you. So for the next 7 days, film a video every day. You don't have to post it, but just get in the habit. Embrace the suck. Be like, dude, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make good on that commitment I said to use my Instagram and my social media as a recruiting funnel. That's what I'm doing with it from now on. Last part, this is crazy. On TikTok in particular, but I'd assume this is true for a lot of social medias as well, around half of US adult users, 48 to 52%, have never created content. And the top 25% is what makes up all the content. So really 3 in 4 people using social media do not even post anything or very rarely post anything. The reality is this: there's leaders and there's followers. Most people are followers. There's producers and there's consumers. Most people are consumers. Are we gonna be followers or are we gonna be leaders? Are we gonna be producers or are we gonna be consumers? Because the work that no one sees is what creates the life that everybody wants. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Big Luke.